Go.
Okay, I'm
3,
ready.
2, 1, go.
All right, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yep, perfect. So
Great.
welcome back to Summoner's Rift, the second game of this best of 3. Late September, you missed game number 1, but off of the back of some pretty impressive Warwick play from Updude Sinclair, and then also a very strong Vel'Koz from Illumiduty, Gank of America won the first game after 37 minutes with over 30 kills.
Well, that's a lot of kills.
That is a lot of kills. So it seems like at least that Warwick is banned out, and maybe the Vel'Koz too, because the picks are a little bit different from the Gank of America. Actually, it looks like all 5 of their picks, except for, no, excuse me, 3 of their picks, their solo laners and their junglers are playing different champions. Whereas the only differences from counterintuitive laning side is the fact that No Bad Mar is now playing Thresh and No Exit is playing Graves. So talk to me about that. You know, maybe they felt like their picks weren't the issue, the enemy champions were.
Yeah, I mean, UVa LCS, as we all know, is a lot about comfort picks. People tend to have a champ or 2 champs that they're really pretty familiar with, and that can mean a lot more than compositions or counter picks. So sometimes it's just about finding the right ban pattern that puts your opponent off their game and makes them kind of move on to a pick they're less comfortable with and less about your own composition. Obviously, you want something with some level of synergies that has a win condition that I can play towards, but I think most of the time you try to make your playstyle fit the champions that you're comfortable with and not the other way around.
Yeah, and what are we seeing as far as the playstyle currently of counterintuitive laning is concerned? I feel like with champions like Sivir or Xerath, that's a lot of wave clear, some team fighting potential. Hotmind had a very good game of Poppy last game, so that's a pretty strong pick as well.
Yeah. Definitely you do see tons of wave clear. Graves, honestly, I think has the most wave clear coming out of the jungle as well. So I don't know if they're looking to just kind of sit back and defend and scale, which is a reasonable strategy, especially in LCS where teams sometimes have trouble closing out games quickly.
Yeah.
Or if they have some sort of siege composition in mind with the 2 kind of, well, Sivir's not super long range, but you can kind of clear the wave and get to the tower really quickly. And then obviously you have the Thresh for potential picking of people off around the towers. Yeah,
with the Sivir on the hunt as well, that's a lot of, or that's a decent amount of pick potential for sure if they catch someone out.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting. Actually, when I saw that Dimerex was on Alistar, I thought she was taking a top lane as like a substitute to Malphite. I don't know if Malphite got banned out this game. I'm curious.
I do know the bans. The bans were Nocturne, Vel'Koz, and Warwick banned out by counterintuitive laning.
Okay.
And Fizz, Taric, Zed banned out by Gank of America.
All right, those are all understandable bans. Yeah, this
rating there, coming back and forth. Both supports are pretty low as both AD carries are decently healthy. Yu going back in. The piercing light connects, forces the heal from Matt. I don't even know if that would have been a kill though. Ricochet coming in. Dimerex, what are you doing? Flashes away, but she might still be in trouble. The combo, oh, beautifully done. Exhaust. Matt flashing away from the Lucian Q, and Yu is now getting exhausted. The Q is gonna land, but it's gonna sentence the death. No bad more flashes out. What the heck was that 2v2? Oh my goodness. That was
amazing
crazy.
Bait. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but
every summoner spell blowing.
Crazy. The fact that no one died there, I think, is impressive.
Okay, interest is okay. Yeah, the fact that no one died after like literally every spell hit, like a great double knock up from Alistar. Oh my goodness. There's a comment in the chat right now. I'm not gonna read it out loud on stream.
Okay.
But yeah, if you join chat, Quentin might repost it. Anyway, we saw a gank in the mid lane, forcing both summoners from interest. That's something that Gank of America used last game, was the fact that Xerath is a champion without much mobility, and repeated jungle ganks forcing out the summoners and then following up for kills by Updude Sinclair like we're seeing right now were pretty effective. For now though, interest far enough away from Illumiduty, and considering Illumiduty is low, that he really wasn't at any threat there, but that's probably something that we'll see from Updude Sinclair.
Yeah, I think that's smart when you have a Xerath who's gonna want to kind of push the lane in against the Gangplank, at least early when their barrels are a big trade bot lane. I think it's smart to camp mid. Honestly, I think it's smart to camp mid in a lot of situations just because generally you tend to have your better players mid, and if you can snowball them, that's always a good strategy.
I think even in professional leagues, mid lane is probably one of the more influential positions in the game.
I think so. Yeah, it's changed a lot, right, since last season, where I think it was kind of indisputably the most important position. But I think a lot can be said with the teleport meta for top lane as well.
That's true.
It just kind of depends on the team's playstyle, which I think is the way it should work, right? Is just to be able to play around your strengths. But,
yeah, definitely.
I think you're right. I think we'll see a lot more ganks mid lane from Updoot. Try to pressure the lack of summoners mid. But then again, depending on how Gangplank, how much he pushes, there might not be potential. We'll see if there's some coordination going on there.
Well, that's kind of one of the nice things about Gangplank is that you have the option to push. As far as last hitting under a turret is concerned, it's not as if he's a bad champion in that regard either.
No.
So certainly a very versatile champion as far as playstyles are concerned. That's what we've seen both in the top lane and the mid lane. Actually, he seems to have kind of fallen out of favor, but I still think he's pretty strong, especially once it gets to late, when he really can start doing damage with those crits, gets the Infinity Edge, Sheen procs, etc.
Yeah, definitely strong. They kind of delayed his late game. It used to come on a little bit earlier. Now it's about, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes later when he starts to be really strong. But once you get to that point...
Ooh, no bad Mar. Comboed up again and does go down to first blood. UVa the Unicorn and Dimmer X have been killing it in terms of farm, but they pick up the first blood as well onto the Lucian. That is not good for counterintuitive laning.
Nope. And Dimmer X, if she is good at one thing, it's just engaging on people. So I think Alistar's a great pick for her. Also gives you that tank that you want when you have Kennen top. Of course, they do also have the Amumu, but there's tons of AoE lockdown there. Actually, their team comp seems really strong.
Oh, here comes up, dude. The flash forward, the bandage toss landed, and the kill over to Illumiduty. Holy crap. There was not much to be said about that. Interest was just absolutely donezo.
Yep, that's what happens when you don't have your flash. You can sometimes just die and not really have much to say about it.
Yeah, I think you're about to talk about really the crowd control train and the AoE damage and crowd control that Gank of America has in their team composition, and I think we just had a beautiful example of it.
Yeah, I mean, and just imagine what that's going to look like when, you know, you have a Kennen ulting on top of it and then Alistar knocking everyone up. Could be really deadly in terms of the late game when you have the 5v5 team fights.
Yeah. And I think it is a little bit interesting considering Dimmer X has transitioned to the support role. That she used to play a lot of Malphite and now she's basically playing mini Malphite. It's essentially the same function.
2 moves instead of 1.
Yeah. Ooh, Hot Mind. Gotta be ulted by Crimson Cat. Crimson Cat gets stunned against the wall though, but Hot Mind forced to flash away as the damage from Kennen was simply too strong.
Yeah, it's always tough taking a melee champion into the ranged lane. And Crimson Cat's an amazing player, and he's kind of making them pay for that pick. I'm wondering what the pick order was if they knew Kennen was going top. Like I kind of mentioned in the beginning, I was just assuming that Dimmer X was top because that was, I mean, I think I cast a game earlier in the series, or in the season, where Crimson Cat was playing support. And so I thought we might have had a Kennen support and top lane Alistar.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been interesting, but I wonder if that was something that was going on in their head as well. Was Dimmer X was playing support last game?
No, she played, or excuse me, yes, she played Alistar both games.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Seems like a good pick for her. I know last season she played a lot of Janna, which is kind of the exact opposite. Instead of jumping into people, you try to fling them away from you.
That's interesting. Well, I guess if you understand the concept, maybe you can do the reverse.
Yeah, I guess. But I think Alistar's probably a pick that's better suited to her as her playstyle. Yeah, clearing out some pink wards. It's always interesting. I don't know if you heard, they're nerfing pink wards down to 4 health.
Are they really?
I'm not joking, yeah, this is a thing.
Was this on PBE?
I think so.
Ooh, interest. Barely evading that bandage toss. That's so odd. Vision is already, like, scarce enough as it is. Oh, illuminated? Okay, he should be fine. That's a curious change.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right, like, makes ward clearing faster for Graves and, also Jhin, because they have the limited ammo system.
That's true.
So it's definitely not an insignificant change.
Oh my goodness, the combo from Dimmerx is real. Engaging like she's been doing for years at the UVa LCS. The culling coming out from UU the Unicorn. Death Sentence is going to go wide. They weren't able to pick up a kill, but they took Coil's bot lane so low. Bandage toss. Holy crap, Matt almost just flashed into that.
Close.
But still, they have such an advantage. They're going to be able to take this turret out as well.
Yeah, I think Graves might. I don't know. He's not. Thought he might come in to try to figure that out. But just gonna take golems instead. Also a good option.
Dragon's the call instead, so they don't get the turret, but still, first dragon.
Yeah, I think normally you probably want to take the turret here. But it's always hard to know because like sometimes you think, well, I can take the turret later, and we want to get this dragon stacking early. And sometimes you think you can do both, and then you end up
my goodness!
You can shoot.
Crimson Cat can just flash for the kill here. Is he gonna go for it?
I don't think so. Joe tends to be a little bit more reserved.
Does he?
I think so. Yeah. Especially, I think if he's winning the matchup, there's no reason for him to flash there and risk dying.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about League of Legends and how it's played. I think a big mistake I generally do, and I think a lot of people, especially at my level, high plat, low diamond, is that they try to force plays too much. And League is the kind of game where if you just wait for your opponent to make mistakes, they'll make mistakes eventually.
Yeah.
And that's probably more how Crimson Cat plays.
I mean, it's tough sometimes, right? Because if you're the person who's expected to carry on your team, and you know you have weight, going even in lane isn't gonna like cut it. So you almost feel like you have to force it. But I think the really good players know run to and not to.
Oh, the flash in from up to Sinclair. He's ulting. He's gonna kill Interest. And so close. Yet so far. If I'm not mistaken, Interest missed the last ulti charge, right?
He did, unfortunately.
That was not the kill he was looking for. 3 kills now as Updude Sinclair has just been having a field day camping this mid lane in both games of the series so far.
Yeah, it always hurts when you're a mid laner and you think you're getting the better end of something and then you die.
To be fair though, late September, we have seen this mid-jungle synergy from Gank of America all season long. I feel like picking a champion without any sort of movement abilities in the mid lane was a little bit... it just wasn't really cautious. You know, I feel like they could have expected this kind of communication coordination. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Updude and Illuminati they've played how many splits together, do you know?
This is going on 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, so this is synergy that has developed over a long course of time.
Yeah, I think
you would expect that.
I think honestly they've played since my first year, so this would be 8 semesters, 8 splits of UVA League of Legends tournaments, plus summer splits if you count those as well.
Yeah, that's a ton.
Yeah.
So yeah, something you would expect. Xerath, you're right, he doesn't have any movement abilities, but he is like, I mean, you do have the advantage of being able to farm at some range. So maybe not the most bold pick, I guess. I mean, it's not like he's playing like Syndra or something like short range, and with no movement abilities, but still ambitious, I guess, to take on that jungle mid combo.
Yeah. Ooh, Hot Mind. He's gonna be feeling the jungle mid combo, but here comes no exit. Illumiduti's gonna be the focus. He's taking a lot of damage, and Hot Mind picks up that kill with the Keeper's Verdict.
Yeah, that's pretty important. If your top lane is gonna be mid, you want to get something out of it. I think it's pretty key, especially with the way the gold lead is kind of moving towards Gank of America that they got something out of that there.
A 4,000 gold lead at this point in the game is not insignificant. Interest gets bandage tossed. Up to Sinclair is actually a level above the mid laner of counterintuitive laning, so that is a worrying sign.
Well, to be fair, he's also a level above his own mid laner. I think
Oh, good point actually. Wow.
How much farming he's been doing.
And yeah, it's not as if he hasn't been ganking either, but he's up 15 minions to no exits Graves, and Graves is a high jungle clear champion. So
just thinking that when you're out CSing the Graves, you know you're either doing something right or they're doing something wrong.
yeah, oh, flash stun from Hotmine. Crimson Cat duking around the other side though. Is he gonna be able to get away from this? Up to Sinclair is here. He's gonna run into no exit, and Up to Sinclair is now 1v1ing no exit. So much damage coming out of the level 11 Amumu as Crimson Cat is able to pick up that kill with the slicing Maelstrom charge. And it looked like a gank might have gone in favor of counterintuitive laning, but the counter gank's too strong.
Yep. It's unfortunate. You don't expect them to run towards your tower.
No, Bedmar flashes away. The on the hunt popped, so he has a lot of movement speed. Teleport coming in. Yu, is he able to get the kill? The heal coming out. No, Bedmar gets away. And here comes Poppy. Hotmine is not able to land the stun, knocked back, but there's still a lot of damage. Great knock-up. Gangplank ultimate turned around. Maybe Gank of America is going to try and make this into their team fight. Really Duty teleported with the ult though, but it doesn't look as if they're going to be able to get anything.
Yeah, they're pressuring top wave. They just pushed in bot wave. Looks like they're recalling. With that pressure top, they should get a lot of damage on that tower, I would think.
Oh, Dimmer X. That would be pretty ballsy.
Yeah, definitely. Not having any backup there, thinking about maybe going in on Graves. Best choice.
Crimson Cat's been working on this turret. He has the red buff as well, so he might even dual Hotmine after the turret goes down. Decides just to take that gold and run.
Smart decision.
He's up 40 minions now, plus all the global gold means an 8,000 gold lead, or 7,500 that for 17 minutes. That is a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them to come back. We did mention a little bit earlier in the cast that they do have a ton of wave clear. So if there's a comp that's going to be able to turtle around your inner turrets and their inhibitor turrets, it's probably them. So I mean, I'd like to see them maybe. I don't know. I mean, you want to try to obviously knock down some towers with that gold lead, shrink that gold lead, sorry. But at the same time, I think when you overextend and they have vision in your jungle, like Gank of America does, you're just kind of asking to get caught.
Right.
I'm not sure. What would you say the play is here? How do they come back?
Honestly, it's hard because, well, this is an example of something that's the right idea, but they're just gonna get countered. Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't have any vision. Well, they have sometimes. Not where they need it.
Yeah, not enough. Just it's so easy to gank the mid lane. If we think about it, there's 6 ways to gank the mid lane. So even if you have vision, like especially when you're behind, it's never enough vision. And I think really just playing conservatively and trying to farm up is the better call. They're about to face a really big issue where the enemy Lucian completes his call and he's up about 70 minions. So he's going to be sitting on a huge item spike. Trinity Force has been completed. The Runic Echoes plus Leandri's Torment for Amumu. And just looking at the item spikes right now, by 19 minutes, it's like 2 item spikes across the board. And there's simply no way counterintuitive laning can fight that.
Yeah, I think you just have to try to loop here and wait till the gold lead is less significant. This Amumu build is the one that absolutely tilts me.
because it's full AP?
Yeah, you don't think he's gonna like do any damage here. Like, alright, well if he did like his whole combo, then I'll be down to like 70% health, and then he just kills you.
Yeah, I think if he lands his full combo onto one of the squishies, it's probably just over.
I think he could just kill him, yeah, with his damage over time on. But then I guess the trade-off there is that he's squishier, so that if he misses something, maybe you can focus him down. But
that being
it never
said,
feels
though,
that way.
Considering the fact that Leandri's does provide HP, and experience does give you some resist and HP as well, he's not as squishy as you think.
Yeah. Yeah. You really just can't let him anywhere near you. which is not easy when you use a Mumu. You can just pull himself right next to you. Even if you dodge the bandage toss, you know, sometimes he'll hit a minion or something, and then that, I mean, just as good.
I personally get tilted when the enemy Amumu misses the bandage toss, but then flashes just ults me. It's like, what's the point of even dodging the bandage toss? Yeah. Like, why didn't you just flash bandage toss? Oh my god, Interest, you're dead. Oh my goodness.
Poor Interest.
Poor Interest. You even tried to flash to get out of the GP ult, but very well placed by Lumiduty. Just had center mass there.
Yeah, I don't think there was a direction he could have flashed that would have saved him. Maybe over the wall, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he was range to do that. But I guess they're just gonna try to wave clear, keep him from knocking these turrets down.
Distance goes wide. DimmerX is stunned up against the wall, but up to Sinclair lands a 3-man Curse the Sad Mummy. That's probably gonna make counterintuitive laning very sad as the Keeper's Verdict comes out. Crimson Cat flashes over the turret. Flashes over the wall, I should say. And picks up a kill for himself.
Yeah, I mean, Gank America is looking to close this game out, which, I mean, it's 21 minutes, and they're already pushing multiple waves into, well, I guess not multiple waves, pushing waves into inhibitor turrets.
11,000 gold lead.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh no, let him live. Oh, whoa.
Get one back, though.
They do get one back, so technically that's worth, especially because it's a shutdown, and the turret stays alive.
Yeah.
DimmerX is continuously being slowed by the red buff. Might actually go down here. Nope.
Yeah.
Has flash. Well.
Well, what?
Well, all things considered, that was a kill for counterintuitive laning, so they doubled their kill score.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is going to end up being good for them. They'll get this tower. They'll bring the gold lead back to a measly 10k.
A measly 10k.
And they'll buy themselves some time, which is, again, you know, what you need at this point, because it's really hard to win a team fight when you're down 30k to 40k.
Ooh,
but
no exit. He's going to get stunned up, taken down to a third of his health.
It's not quite as hard to win a team fight when you're down 70k to 80k. And they're diving your inhibitor turrets or something, you know? That's doable. So we'll just have to wait and hope. Or they'll have to wait and hope. I guess no one really has to wait and hope since this game happened in the past. But,
the past versions of themselves will have to wait and hope.
Yeah. And we'll just see what happens.
This turret is very low right now. It's probably going to be the focus of Gank of America. Picked up easily. They extend the gold lead back to a measly 10.5k. Ooh, Hotmind looking for something. Knocks Lumiduty back. DimmerX forced to use her ultimate on herself. The barrel is coming in huge, landing onto 2 members of Coil. Crimson Cat is looking for the ultimate coming out from Gangplank. Hotmind now with the 3-man Keeper's Verdict is actually going to be able to save his ass as well as the ass of his team. So a little bit of donkey love there for counterintuitive laning. But now the members of Gank of America are pushing this wave. Interest is gonna get the stun onto Crimson Cat, but he gets focused. DimmerX actually missing a combo there. That's a little bit rare. And she might pay for it.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
I think that was really important. I like it.
Rip.
He's broken. He's not actually broken. But he might be broken when up to Sinclair plays him. Oh, the flare spam. UU. I don't know what I expected out of you. I probably should have expected the BM, but...
So you don't know what you expected out of UU?
I don't know what I expected out of UU.
Oh boy. Well, at least we're having fun, because I don't think counterintuitive laning at this point was.
I think they're having fun.
Jeez.
Hashtag Ferguson? What does that even mean? Alright, whatever.
It's let's not get political on the UVA.
Is that what that is?
It's yes.
Oh, I get it now.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Moving on to anything else. Can I say Illuminuty's barrel placement and gangplank play has been quite good. And I don't think Gangplank's the easiest character to play.
Yeah,
barrel placement is hard, right? And I think he's done an excellent job of putting those in the right places, zoning people off, and zoning people into a Mumu ults, which is always good when you can get more people hit by those, or hit people who are stunned by those.
Right. Considering how much AoE Gank of America have, and considering how far they are ahead, it doesn't even matter if they don't need a wombo anymore at this point. They just need to land one of their crucial ultimates, and it's pretty much over.
Yep. Yeah, if you land a really good Gangplank, like if people flash straight the Amumu ult or something, and then you just hit them with the Gangplank ult,
right,
or the knock-up from Alistair, I mean, you're right, you said it perfectly. They're so far ahead that that's all they need.
So we'll see now what counterintuitive laning can do. Scores 3-11. Oh goodness, Matt 31196. Goodbye. Nice spell shield. Up2 does have his ultimate.
Wow.
Interesting. Oh wait, he didn't have it. Yeah. Oh, it was up in like 2 or 3 seconds. I feel like he might have been able to chase, but maybe he figured the on the hunt might come out and that wouldn't be worth it. Not sure.
Yeah. And it's at this point in the game. I mean, Mumu's ult doesn't have the longest cooldown. I mean, it has a long cooldown. It might actually have the longest. It's not. I mean, at this point, it's like 2 minutes.
100, yeah, 123 seconds, so 2 minutes. That's still a long cooldown for a team fight ult.
You almost wonder. I mean, obviously getting a pick's good, but if you wanted to siege or dive at some point in the next 2 minutes, then you have to think about that as well. Because, you know, sometimes you burn that ultimate and then you go to a team fight or something and you hit R and you're like, why isn't it working?
Yeah.
You're like, well, it's on cooldown. You used it for like a minute ago.
The worst feeling for me is when I use something to wave clear, like culling or Draven ult to wave clear, and then like, wait a second, we're team fighting. Team, no, please, wait, no.
Yeah.
So holding on to that ult is always the less greedy, probably smarter option.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what you can get out of it. If you know you can kill the Sivir, then maybe it's worth it. She's a lot of their wave clear, but you never quite know. Crimson Cat trading with Hotline.
Yeah, the split push cannon has been working pretty well so far.
Yeah, I don't feel like it should work as well as it's been working, but I guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those barrels.
Barrel crit, taking no exit to half HP, no bad mart to a quarter of his health. Probably.
So, yeah, I think what we decided, right, is that counterintuitive. What is there?
Laning.
Laning. Thank you. They just need to hold on for like the next 15 minutes of just wave clearing in front of their towers without getting dove. And then they can maybe come back into this. And that's important because, Seamus, why don't you kind of explain what game this is, what the series is, where we're at in terms of broader play, and what it means for UVa LCS.
Well, it's the quarterfinal, and the winner of this series will go against the first seed in Group B, which is Season's Greeters, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Oh, Matt, you're donezo. Oh, he used his ulti there. And yeah, this is a best-of-3 series. The red team, Gank of America, is currently 1 game ahead. Crimson Cat might be the focus here. Can he win the 2v1? The Gangplank ult is going to make it a 2v2 almost, as no exit gets taken down by Crimson Cat and Hotmind. In big trouble now. The slow is not going to land, but it might be able to get away. Nice dodges there from Crimson Cat.
Some good damage by interest. But it's hard. It's hard to see how, when they're this far ahead, how they're going to come back. It's going to be tough.
Oh, excuse me. The first seeded team in Group B was Yatium.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Good.
Yeah, they did really, really well. But if I'm not mistaken, Season's Greeters and them were tied, so it was close.
Yeah, both teams are
pretty strong.
Definitely strong. I can attest that we managed to lose to both of them.
Managed to lose. It was intentional, correct?
I mean, if you watch the VODs, there is a very clear... Oh, I'll let you...
Oh, no worries. You, the unicorn, gotta be forced to flash away. Can he dodge the ultimate from Xerath? Yes, he does. Nice quick beat there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Group B had a little bit more parity, right? They had 2 teams that were 8-2. On the other hand, Ed Sheeran's Fan Club version 3 and Group A just absolutely wrecked everyone else. They were like 9-1.
Yeah, Group B. I know that we kind of managed to lose a lot.
Didn't have the greatest season. But to be fair, you also lost a couple of key players. Key players, I might add, who are showing up in this game.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess if anyone asks you who were the drivers of success in Team Single Asians, I know my team's name. Team Single Asians last semester, you can say that it was a collaborative effort that all members contributed.
Okay. So
Someone contributed more than others.
not Crimson Cat and Derex, right?
Oh, they were important. So was Matt. He was also important, but he's no longer with us.
Either. He didn't die.
He did. He died.
Jesus, dude.
Not
Chill.
in real life. I mean,
Okay, anyway. Hot Mine gonna get a blast off by Derex. Knocks us back Crimson Cat, so should be okay there. Technically, that's worth ults for Flash. Oh, Derex, you gotta be careful, girl.
That's worth.
Rip.
Good
So
kill.
they pick up a kill. They're still behind about 16.5K though.
That's nothing. You underestimate the ability of UVa LCS teams to just throw games. Whatever.
True, good point.
Yeah, like we were saying, they just need to hold this off for another maybe 12 minutes now. 15.
Well, 3 minutes and the inhib comes back. The bottom lane inhib.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Gank of America hasn't even thought about moving towards that Baron pit, because there's no vision anywhere on the map.
Yeah.
For
Oh, Crimson Cat and Illumiduty gonna get caught out here. Illumiduty flashes away. The death sentence will not connect. Crimson Cat is gonna go in. The slicing maelstrom doing a ton of damage and crowd control as well as it picks up one kill. The Gangplank picking up another, and the 2v4 deftly played by the members of Gank of America. Late September, I think this is just going to be it.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
Minions pouring in from every lane as Gank of America will move on to the semifinals after a 2-0 destruction of counterintuitive laning.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 31-minute game is incredibly quickly for UVa LCS. I think that was just kind of a slaughter. You know, there were some moments of hope, glimmers of good plays by counterintuitive laning, but overall, I think the AoE Wombo combo and that mid-jungle synergy you were talking about, Seamus, really helped propel Gank of America to the 2-0 victory.
Yeah, so they will advance into the semifinals up against Yateam, or Yateam, however you'd like to pronounce it. And I'm looking forward to it because Gank of America, Yateam is a really strong team, and Gank of America, they put on a really strong performance. So I feel like these two teams haven't played each other yet. It's going to be a surprise to see who wins it, and it could be really close.
Yeah, I have to say I'm